Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep.
Welcome to another episode, the second after a previously unreleased episode of Yeah, No Thanks. Is that what we decided on?
I want to make a horrible pun and be like, yeah, no thanks, we decided on that. But that would be too bad. So, I do believe we did decide on that.
Good. That'll make it a lot easier.
And now you guys have a little insight into the brains of Turtle and I.
It's really the back and forth that everybody really wants from two people, is two indecisive people who say one thing and they're like, well, I guess that's what we're going with. So yeah,
sure, you betcha.
Yeah, No Thanks is going to be the name, where we just talk about random shit, random things we watch, because we watch everything.
We watch everything.
Literally everything. I've watched so much lately. And then just kind of what's going on in the world. So agenda for today, I think we're just going to kind of spitball back and forth how we're doing with the virus and everything. And then we're going to talk about the movie on Netflix, Extraction, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Action flick just came out. And then at the very end, because it will be riddled with spoilers, Westworld, Season 3. We are recording this a couple days after Season 3 ended, so hopefully some people at least got to see it. You had some time, whatnot. We're going to spoil the shit out of it, talk about it, and get into it.
Yeah. If you have not finished, if you were watching Season 3 and you haven't yet watched the season finale, I'm sorry, that's on you. I don't know how you have the willpower to be like, oh, I'll just watch these 7 episodes, and now that we're at the climax, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's on you. So, sorry, not sorry.
The only people that I think are excused are just people that have never watched the show, maybe want to pick it up.
Yep.
Then absolutely, maybe skip it. Don't spoil the 3rd season. You'll have no fucking idea what's going on. Trust me.
Yeah.
Believe me.
To be honest, though, even if you listen to this right now and you if you've never watched the show, you still will have no idea what we're talking about. It will be so far over your head, it doesn't matter. You won't know the names.
Where they go from, I mean, Season 1 to Season 3 is amazing. But we'll get into it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we're stuck here in quarantine. I believe this is week 85.
Yeah, at least.
In May now. Getting real fun. I think everybody's pretty over it in Atlanta. From what I can tell, the traffic's starting to pick up. Crowds are starting to gather.
Riots are forming. People are screaming for blood in the streets.
Yeah. It's a great time to be alive and around.
Absolutely. You guys can tell just how dead it is because for some reason we believe that you guys actually want to listen to the shit we have to say. That is how far we have come. We think this is a good idea.
I don't even know if it's as much we think that they want to hear what we have to say. We just want to pass the time at this point, and this is a great way to kill an hour.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it's the other 23 that I'm worried about that I have to get through.
It's the other 23 that you're much more concerned about just killing yourself.
Oh my God, it's awful. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Especially right when the sun comes out, but
we digress.
We'll
get out of the depression mode.
But I mean, things are starting to get a little back to normal. We've been going out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think luckily we live in Georgia, so our governor #the Kemp Master #Kemps are us is just killing it for us. He's just letting everything open back up. He didn't even know what the hell Corona was there. I think just a week ago. If you guys run that clip back, that'll give you a good laugh.
Oh my God.
So I mean, honestly, like it makes sense. When Florida kind of opened everything up, like it's Florida. You're from Florida, so you definitely know. You're like that was a week. Longer than you thought it was going to take for them to open stuff up.
I don't really think Florida closed down, to be honest. I think they're hurricane people. I've said it from the start. I'm one of them because I'm pretty over this shit after week 1. They're hurricane people. You tell them, stay inside. This is going to kill everyone. They're like, ain't going to kill me.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking hurricanes I've been through?
When you say everybody, you are definitely excluding me. I'm not a part of this everybody conversation.
No. I am Florida man. Nothing can kill me, not even gators.
Exactly. Florida man. Hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag. But yeah, so it's been at least kind of nice to get out and about. Shout out Bad Daddy's Burgers for opening up. Love you for that. Got to go there and get nice and margarita drunk.
Oh, yeah. Bad Daddy's, we love you. That's right. That's just
shouts.
It's sexual. That's how much we love you.
So sexual at this point.
Thanks, Bad Daddies.
Yep.
You are a bad daddy.
Say daddy more. Yeah, so went there. That was pretty cool. Went to the park and got sunburned, day drunk as fuck.
That was a lot of fun. We did that for old man Wither's birthday over here, by the way. Shouts out. I believe he's like 34.
About that.
Or maybe that's just because you're from Florida, so you look 10 years older than you actually are.
That is true. My skin is already developing its leathery sag that we all do. So yeah, it's the opposite of black don't crack. It's white don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag that. Yeah, so many hashtags that we're floating out here. Yeah, no, that was fun. 26. So I got one year to go before I can join the club.
And in case you guys were wondering, I am at that 27, so you know what? I'm living it up for another 300 days or so.
Time keeps on ticking, I'm telling you. Shouts Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shouts Kirk.
Honestly, though, I do have a question. Do you think, I am planning on joining the 27 club, but because of quarantine, do you think I get like an extra 2 months? Like I turned 28, but because I've been trapped inside for 2 months, like technically I'm allowed 2 more months before I got to end it?
It's a good question. No.
All right, I was just wondering.
It's a good question, but it's a very easy one to answer.
Loophole or anything.
Time hasn't really been put on hold as much. I think just people are staying inside.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trapped inside. Yeah, because that's true. I mean, you're not going to get an extra 2 months just because you've been sitting inside. Technically, I'm kind of looking for the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. All right. Well,
I really, you know what? I think I think the secret is you can keep it, but you have to constantly apply lotion because lotion is kind of what keeps you in your current state. You know what I mean? So to look 27 for 2 more months if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, that's true.
By all means, but
or I just need to if I learned anything from Disney, I just need to kidnap a child, and if I keep that child with me, I can steal their youth for a long time. I think there's like 8 Disney movies that have that as their premise. So
I mean, children are not safe in Disney movies. I don't know why they keep going into them.
Me either.
It's clear that this is a monster that has gotten out of control. Now it's taken over Star Wars, everything. It's coming for your kids.
Yep, absolutely. That's actually very true. The more I think about it, I'm like, man, Disney is like the scariest movies out of all of them, actually, because in Disney movies, it's always the child that's getting taken.
Always, yeah. And it's always implied that,
that it was cool.
that it's cool, but not only that, it's like, they're like, oh, they're in danger. It's like they're in danger of, like, murder and rape. They're children. For the love of God, this is a PG movie. What are we doing?
Exactly. And how come the parents never really seem to care? It's always like the king and queen of the whole kingdom. Those people can't find their kids for 20 years? Really? Those are the people that can't like rally everyone together and be like, hey, so clearly there's one person here who has my kids because everybody else is on our side. So I feel like we can probably get them tracked down fairly
I just feel like, back in medieval times, it seemed like that there were always just ghouls and goblins, but they're always like, he's outside the kingdom. Who gives a fuck? He ain't gonna do that. Why he took my kid? Nobody saw that coming. He kept chanting those songs of I will eat your children. I will eat your children. No one saw it coming.
Nobody.
Wow. Well, I guess we should go get him now.
Those damn little green ghouls are my favorite. Little green ghouls. How did we get here?
I don't know. We were talking about quarantine for a little while.
Oh, yeah. I want to keep my youth. I'm stealing children.
Youth,
it's normal stuff. Very, very normal stuff.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Yeah. You got any rum in that yoo-hoo? Rum? You mean Rumpelstiltskin?
Shouts Big Daddy. Great fucking movie.
Great movie.
Oh,
Back 90s Sandler, nothing better.
No.
If you guys haven't been watching that during your quarantine, you're doing quarantine wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we've rolled through every... Wow, this wasn't even on the agenda, but let's jump into it. Adam Sandler movies, we've rolled through a lot of them. We watched Big Daddy, Mr. Deeds.
Oh, Deedsy.
Deedsy, that was a great one. We pretty much quoted the whole movie. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Didn't know I knew that many words to it, but I do.
Either. The girl I'm thinking of had a damn beach ball on her back.
Winchestertonville, Iowa. It's my favorite town.
It is. Iowa sucks, though, just so we are all clear. I'm very anti-Iowa.
I've never been. And, I'm the kind of guy that I want to go everywhere once, but not there.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No.
I know.
It's one of those ones to me, I'm like, you flip a coin, and you know what? It only has 2 sides, but at least you're eliminating North Dakota, South Dakota, or Iowa for sure. Because you know what? Flip a coin, choose one of those places, you've hit them all.
I mean, that's pretty true. What is it? Is it South Dakota that has Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, South Dakota's got, it's kind
of
cool.
there for that.
Like, that's worth it. Yeah.
I knew somebody when I lived in Colorado, somebody went up for Mount Rushmore. They didn't invite me. Thanks a lot. Yeah. But, South Dakota, you go there for that, and then everything else,
yeah, South Dakota. Oh, South Dakota also has a corn palace. It is a literal palace made of corn.
Hold on. Important distinction. Kernels of corn or corns on the cob?
kernels of corn and corn on the cob.
Wait, both?
Like both. It is just fully made of corn. Any type of corn that you can think of. I think the majority is sweet corn.
Where is this?
Now, it's somewhere in South Dakota. I don't really remember. I remember swinging through there when I was a kid, though.
It all adds up. Corn in South Dakota, Midwest, and they got nothing better to do.
Hell no.
My God.
Hell no.
Do they have to do they have to butter it every day to keep it fresh, or?
No, they just gotta pop it.
Yeah, that's the secret. Is once the kernels get like out of rotation, they just pop them and feed it to the kids.
Yeah, that's actually where I can't even say his name. Orville Redenbacher. That is
Redenbacher?
where he lives.
Oh, Orville. R.I.P. Is he dead?
I would assume so.
I would imagine.
It's either that or he just became the Colonel at KFC because they're the same person.
I was literally just about to say, I feel like he and Colonel Sanders died at the same time.
They are the same person.
I was thinking, what, maybe sometimes Pepperidge Farm, but I'm thinking, what brands just sport out old fucks as their mascot? What a terrible mascot. It's like, hey, Wheaties, Joe Biden is our mascot now. It's like, what are you doing, Wheaties? That man's almost dead.
That is so true. Like, not even even the places you'd think like J.G. Wentworth. That seems like a place that spit out some old guys, and even they kind of go to the younger demographic.
Once the old farts get there, they're in business. They're smart enough to know. But when you're in the cornal popping business, I guess them brains don't stretch quite far.
Not as much.
Oh my God. How the fuck do we get to Orville Redenbacher?
It's damn South Dakota, man. See, clearly you got to visit. There's a lot more going on there than you think.
I guess so, man. I don't know.
However, I will say North Dakota, you can definitely skip that
Go
place.
away. Who's got the Blackfoot Hills? Is that
That's
what it's
South
called?
Dakota.
Blackfoot Hills?
Yeah.
Still South Dakota?
That's South Dakota, yeah.
South Dakota's got it. You know what? I
Yeah.
take it back. South Dakota, mad respect to you.
South
You got
Dakota's-
shit popping, bro. I guess it's because they're not quite northern enough to be your people.
Yeah, pretty much. The only good thing about North Dakota is the speed limit is 100 miles an hour because they know that you want to get out so quickly. They're okay with you driving as fast as you can. That's the only good thing about it.
Yeah, it's like the Autobahn, but
Yeah.
just for getting the fuck out
Yeah,
of there.
the cops are like, no, you're not going fast enough. I know you don't want to be here. Let's get going here, okay? I also don't want to be here, and you're blocking my way.
Yeah, I noticed that you went about 75 here. You can do a cool 120. We'll let it fly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could stop and do a little fishing.
Yeah, a little ice fishing. Oh, God. Isn't Fargo? They have another season coming out.
I think so, yeah.
Chris
They
Rock,
took
right?
like a little break, didn't they, for the last couple of years?
I would
And
say
now they're...
a big break. I remember they rolled out, obviously, season 1's the best.
Yeah, season 1 definitely.
2, was
See,
that the one with
two,
Ewan
I think,
McGregor,
was pretty
or was
good.
that the third one?
I think...
Third one was Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, because I think the second one still had a lot of the same cast of season 1, I thought. And then 2 or 3 is when they started to kind of do more like the anthology a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But fourth season, so
Yeah,
I was just
also a great
thinking
show.
north, that fucking area
Yeah.
up there. Yeah, we'll see how it is. Chris Rock, I think, is in it, but
If Chris Rock's in it, I'll give it a watch because that just sounds like it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
It could also be horrible because you know what? Chris Rock has made some stinkers recently.
it could. But I feel like they took this much of a break. It'll probably be somewhat watchable.
And truthfully, like the more I think about it, when was the last time Chris Rock was really in anything? He's been pretty
Top
selective.
5. Remember that movie, Top 5?
No,
Was that the movie? I didn't watch it. I just
Is
know
that
he was in
recent?
it. Not really.
Okay.
Years back. Was he in I feel like Dolomite, maybe? Was he in that?
Yeah, he
that had
might
a lot
have
of
been Dolomite.
cameos.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
was. Yeah, I
It's
would
more of a
have.
cameo, but like his movie, fucking Madagascar.
Yeah, that's the last thing I was coming up with.
Yeah, Chris Rock hasn't recently just hasn't been in the films
No.
as much.
But do you know who has been in films? Chris Hemsworth. What a transition!
What a transition. Yeah. So thank you, because I was going to go into a whole Rick and Morty spinoff. We don't need to do that. We can just jump right in. Extraction 2020, freshly added to Netflix, probably for a few weeks now. Premiered at their little top 10 thing that they do now, which is
Before we get into that, just want to confirm the top 10 thing. We are assuming that's obviously just Netflix being like, this is what we want you guys to watch. So here's our top 10. Or is there actually like a system? Do you think that they're running? I'm torn
you
right
want my
now.
opinion or yeah?
I want your
mean,
opinion, yes, because I really want to believe.
I don't know what else I would give.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
was like-
stupid. You want my opinion or
Or my
facts that I
thoughts,
don't have? Yeah,
Because that's just my thought. Like, I just really have a hard time, which I hope that it truly is, hey, this is like from viewings or ratings or whatever, this is what we're seeing. But I just really have a hard time that every time something new pops up, oh, it's number 1.
Yeah, I think, no, I think it's I don't know.
They gotta be
See, the
pushing their
thing
own stuff.
is, well, obviously they're pushing their own stuff, and I know, I mean, that's just what they do naturally, so that's what makes me think that it would just be a top 10 on Netflix, because, you know, all 10 things happen to be on Netflix.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it is just their top 10, but I could definitely see, you know, the top 3 or 4 things that they have in that list being the actual top 4, because everyone has Netflix.
That's
Everyone watches Netflix. Just because, like, this Tiger King obviously debuted, and a couple other their shows.
Yeah, and I remember, like, I didn't see it, but that All American show, or All America, whatever it was, that was up at the top for a while. That's like a CW show, so that wasn't a Netflix original.
That's true.
When Waco came out, that was another one. That wasn't a...
That was from 2018.
You're right. It could be a little... Maybe they just skewed a little bit, and they put 1 or 2 of their stuff, like, kind of plug it in there. But then from there, I think I actually...
Yeah, I think it's probably mostly bullshit. I think it's mostly just their stuff that you mention it. But yeah, it very well could be the top 10. I think it just because, you know, there's definitely going to be things in the top 10 watching on, like, Hulu or something that's not on Netflix, but they always have the top 10.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. But anyways, this was on there at some point.
Yep, it was.
Starring Chris Hemsworth.
By far the best of the Hemsworth brothers. Love you, Luke Hemsworth. You're the man. You're very underrated, but you know what? Chris is just putting you all to shame.
Wow, not even a mention of Liam. Luke, he goes to.
Oh, absolutely.
Who the fuck is Luke?
Luke, he's the guy from Westworld. Remember?
Holy shit, is he really?
Yes, boom, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get into it a little bit later, folks.
Okay, yeah. You'll have to tell me who he isn't. Oh!
Yeah,
fuck!
you
Yes,
know
I
who
remember.
he
That
is.
dude's a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, I would say he's actually, he's better than Liam. No, you're right. Oh, that's great.
The forgotten oldest Hemsworth brother.
God, forgotten.
He's forgotten. It's
Totally
right.
forgotten. Fuck, he's like
Gone
the
and totally forgotten.
he's like the 4th Jonas brother, however many. Of
Yeah,
those there are.
Frankie Jones.
Frankie, yeah. Frankie, get our bags, fucker.
Frankie, you looking fat as fuck today.
That's why you can't be on stage in them skinny jeans, Frankie. You got a fat ass.
Dude, the worst part is Frankie's the only Jonas brother that's going to have a chance of listening to us, and he's out immediately. We lost our Jonas brother following just like that.
Damn it, we had a Jonas brother right there in our grasp, and we let him go.
Gone. Well, he is forgotten for sure.
Yeah, for sure forgotten. Well, if that isn't a little peek into how many tangents and shit we go on, and we're going to go on. But this movie with, I agree, the best Hemsworth brother. As far as the other cast, couldn't tell you. Don't have it pulled up. Could not tell you. I know the one guy from Stranger Things who plays the cop, I believe. I don't really watch Stranger Things, but
Is it Dennis something? Is that his name? Dennis Hopper?
Rodman.
Both good Dennises.
Both great Dennises.
The Menace?
Fuck, I had another one. Anyway, so
I'll take a gander. I'll see if we can
yeah,
find
just
his
take a look.
name.
But essentially, so Extraction, the plot, it's an action movie through and through, probably around 2 hours, I think it is. Runtime, but it's about a kid in India.
Yes.
India, whose father is in prison because he is some sort of crime drug lord in India, and this kid was kidnapped by the rival drug lord.
In Bangladesh.
In
It's
Bangladesh.
like a big drug war. We got big guy in India versus big guy in Bangladesh, which to me, I feel like the big guy in India would be much bigger because, like, you know, there's a hell of a lot more people in
think.
India.
You would think.
It'd be like if you had the drug lord of Canada go against the drug lord of the United States, who's winning that fight?
Well, I know who's putting on blackface. Trudeau.
I was about to say the drug lord of Mexico, but I'm like, actually, we don't fuck with those guys. So, yes, they would wax us into the ground.
No
they
mas.
play by their own
No
rules.
mas. Yeah, I ain't going up against the Mexican cartel.
Not
if you
a
guys are
chance.
listening, no disrespect ever to you, please.
No, yes.
Please.
David, that was his name. David Harbour.
David Harbour.
And I was thinking Hopper because
Okay.
in the show Stranger
Hopper.
Things, he's Hopper, which is Dennis Hopper.
Hopper.
See, it's all coming together, folks.
Hooper.
You guys are getting a real inside look into the brain of Zach Israelson
Hooper.
right now.
Jaws, another great movie. Getting all sorts of recommendations today. So yeah, basically this rival drug lord kidnaps this kid. So the drug lord who is in prison, his father enlists the help of his friend,
His right-hand man,
his
I would
right-hand
say,
man,
probably,
yeah, to essentially either, basically to start out, to go get the kid or to pay someone who the right-hand man mentions. That's a kind of a big plot point, is he's going to try and pay somebody to retrieve this kid, an outside source. That's where Chris Hemsworth comes in. I am doing a terrible job of recounting this fucking movie. I swear to God, I just saw this recently. Enlist this kind of...
It's the one thing that was good. I was very happy, but that was surprising. It's actually more of like a task force. So Chris Hemsworth is kind of like he's one of like the head honchos, or like he's like the most dangerous member of their team. He takes the most risk, but he does have a team of probably like 10 people I think around him maybe when they start.
Yeah.
So it's a group effort to get in.
It is, but he's definitely the main guy, the main on the ground. Everybody else is pretty much just support.
Yeah.
That they send in. It's like a sniper support, gunner support, that sort of thing. But Chris Hemsworth is the main guy. I guess they're like a mercenary group.
That'd probably be a good way
They
to
all
put
seem
it.
like ex-military. Well, I mean,
They're
they
all
seem like they're
badasses.
definitely ex-military.
Yeah, they're all badasses. I would not have been allowed into their crew, and they wouldn't let me drink or sit with them.
No, I'd have to get a lot better at long range shooting. And even then, after watching this movie, don't know that I'd want to be that guy.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. There will be spoilers in this review as
Naturally.
well.
If you didn't think there was going to be, then what the fuck is you doing?
Great. Love Travis Scott and the Jack Boys.
Hashtag.
Check West. My boy. Anyway.
My boy.
So they enlist his help, and he is a drunk. Very clearly had something traumatic happen in his past, which just follows him along the whole movie. So my biggest gripe about this movie, and Zach knows because he heard it every time I did it, which is predicted exactly what is going to happen. This movie is, in a lot of parts, very predictable to me.
Oh no, I mean not even to you. It just think of your normal like action movie template essentially.
Yeah.
The good thing about this movie, which we both said we really appreciated, is they jump basically right into it. There isn't a bunch of lead up. They don't give you like 30 minutes of like, oh, we need to give you all this backstory. No, they cover it in the first like 10 to 15. It's like, here's the people, here's kind of a little bit about them. Boom, now we're about to fight. So that was great, but they follow the template where, I mean, it's great action scene, a little bit of character development, bigger action scene, a little bit of character development with the boy and the child, which Turtle hit dead on in here. And then, a little betrayal or something happens. Then kid or valuable item disappears into climax.
Yep.
Crazy shit happens at the end of the movie. And then a pretty predictable,
By the
like,
numbers.
oh, I saw that one coming.
Yeah. So basically, you remember this point, which is probably about 20 minutes into the movie. I voiced my concern that, oh no, I have to go to the bathroom. I had been drinking, as I do, because I am fun employed, and it's the only thing I can do at this point. But I said out loud, damn, I really have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to wait until it's nighttime in the movie and him and the kid are bonding before I go, because I know it's coming. And it came not once, but twice. They bonded over 2 separate nights. Which, look, I get it. You want to do all the action during the day. They're relaxing at night. But goddamn if that wasn't predictable as shit.
Yeah. And the good news, though, in case it was predictable, but at least they kept it short. They didn't drag that scene out. It was perfect. Let me get up, go to the bathroom, crack myself another beer, and we're right back into the action.
Yeah, exactly. So, look, I still thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The action scenes are awesome. The camera work is awesome. The villain was fucking insane. That was definitely a couple moments that were not predictable. How about him just throwing the kid over the fucking rooftop?
Yeah, and by kid, I mean like this just random, probably 6-7-year-old child,
like,
and he just gets launched.
Yeah, you think originally that they're just going to kind of hang him over the edge and be like, because these kids are kids that are enlisted by this rival drug lord to carry out all sorts of acts. And essentially what happened is something was stolen from him by a kid. So he brings up this big group of kids, all the ones that work with him. And he's like, okay, who stole it? Of course, they're like, not me.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, fucking pick that kid. Yeah. And one of his henchmen just drags him and tosses him off a 10-story building.
Later.
Gone.
Later, gator.
Then he tells this other kid to just chop off 2 fingers.
And he's down for it.
The kid's down for it.
No questions
asked. It's insane. That whole, the villain
he's great.
Was great. The action was awesome. The climax was great. I knew that guy was going to get sniped in the head, the right-hand man, but that guy was a fucking badass.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That dude,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the fight scenes between him and Chris Hemsworth, like car chases, fight scenes were awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. No, it was a fantastic action movie. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. Fantastic action movie. It gave me, and I mean, it's definitely not the same movie by any means, but it gave me a little bit of like Black Hawk Down type feeling, you know, where like, okay, you're trapped in the middle of the city. Basically, the city is now overrun and is on lockdown because it's run by the gangsters, basically.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can escape. And that is exactly what this was. And action was pretty much on point. Black Hawk Down is one of my favorite movies.
And I think setting-wise, it looked pretty
Very
similar to that.
yeah.
I like also with the action scenes that they almost did like 1917 style, where it was like one take, quick fucking shit just getting like unloaded, like when he's running through and it's nighttime in 1917 and he's popping the Germans and they're chasing him. It was like that shit where it just follows along. It's super intense, and that was every single action scene.
Really, really good. Yeah,
so
really
well
good
done
stuff.
So yeah, I mean, the ending.
I mean, you saw it coming. It was solid. It was just
I saw it coming, but Homeboy should have died.
Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah. See, and this is where I will say I didn't hate it as much only because of the way that they did it. Where I appreciated that they didn't go for like the very outright full like confirmation. I appreciate that they didn't even give you like a 3 second. I mean, it was literally
just a blurry
1 second,
figure that you see.
1 second.
So yeah,
like,
essentially,
I didn't mind the way they did it.
My issue is that Hemsworth is in the middle of a bridge that's probably, I don't know how high up, 100 feet.
Yeah.
It is not low to the water, that's for sure. It's high as fuck. And not only that, he has been shot 6 or 7 times. The last one, he got a rifle bullet clean through his throat, and he just stands against the edge of the bridge, looks, the kid, you know, the lady's holding the kid back, the kid's screaming because they've bonded now. And he falls into the water. So you're going to tell me Homeboy took a rifle bullet to the throat, couple shots to the back, arms, probably one to the leg, drops over 100-foot bridge fall, smack into the water, but then collects himself enough to go see the kid take a dive at a pool.
Yeah, he loves the kid.
just that's it. Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. Well, I know I just recounted it, but I wanted to recount it slowly to make you see how stupid and ridiculous it is. He should have died. I get it. You want to set it up for a possible sequel. That's great.
See, and that's where I will agree. I don't want to see a sequel. I need this to be a
I'd
standalone,
like
and as long as it stays a standalone, that's why I'm like, hey, as long as this is done where it is, I don't mind the way they did it, because again, they kind of are like, you can decide, even though it is pretty obvious. They're like, hey, we're gonna hold your hand, we're gonna lead you all the way there, and then you can make your decision. I'm like, well, you kind of already made it for me because you've just led me.
Zach, this movie premiered at #1 on Netflix. They're making a sequel.
If they make a sequel, I will be so upset. I don't think they're making the sequel.
Man,
I don't think so.
I don't know, because I could have sworn I saw, and I'm trying to look it up right now to try and give myself.
I will bet
any
you.
bearings.
I'll bet you the bomb Hot Wing that they don't make a sequel.
I don't know if I want to bet that. Oh my god, dude, that sucks.
Yeah,
that
it does
sucks, man. A whole hot wing.
I feel good about it. I don't think the sequel's coming. I just don't think so.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm on their IMDb page right now. If I scroll any further down, I'm going to get to news, so I'm going to immediately know if they are or not. The only thing is, I think I saw or read an interview with the director or something that said they left it in so that, you know, it could potentially open it up to a sequel if they decided to do it. So that's why I'm not going to bet it, because
not betting.
I don't want to bet that. That's a lot. But yeah, so I mean, for me, it all around great movie. His fucking backup gets deuced out like immediately in the first like 20 minutes of them actually fighting. They all get just ripped apart. It's crazy, but yeah, I mean, I would say everything. I should have bet it.
They already confirmed?
The first fucking news article on here is 6 hours ago. How and why Extraction 2 is happening, explained by writer Joe Russo.
Oh, no. The kid can't get kidnapped again. Put the man on lockdown. He just got kidnapped.
God damn it.
And The one thing I'm kind of blanking on, because the one guy didn't die, right? The bad drug dealer. I don't think he dies, right?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't think so, because I remember they shoot his general.
Yeah, they shoot him.
But
yeah,
I mean, I don't think
he doesn't die.
Close,
so yeah,
he's not even close to the
they open
action.
it up for that. I guess it could be a revenge tale.
Some horse shit.
I'm not looking for like, he gets kidnapped again and he has to go back. I don't want a sequel at all.
Taken was good. Taken 2 was. Taken 3 was the worst movie ever. Don't do this Extraction.
I can't lie to. I think. Which one was Taken 3? One of them. I love
like
Taken.
One when he's with his daughter and they're kind of both running away and around.
That's right. The second. Who got taken in the second one?
I think his daughter and his wife maybe. But the third one is where his daughter's actually with him, and I don't even remember what the fuck they're doing.
I don't think I saw the third one. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Taken 2 and being like, "This is one of the worst things I've ever seen." I'm not watching another one. I don't think I saw the third one.
Well, and it's just so stop ruining good things.
Amen.
Stop it.
I get that you made a lot of money. That's great. Make other shit now.
Yeah.
Some stuff warrants a sequel, but goddamn action movies.
Yeah, but
you find a good action movie, they're gonna make 6 Extraction movies. Now that I think about it,
they're just gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5. The fourth one, Chris Hemsworth won't re-sign, so they'll get Liam.
Hopefully it's Luke.
Liam, yeah. Oh, hopefully that'd be badass.
Honestly,
Liam Hemsworth. Extraction 4.
Now that we're talking about it, you guys don't even watch. Never mind. Don't watch the movie because you're gonna get sucked in. You know what? Don't start down this rabbit hole of Extraction.
Just don't watch
movies.
the second one. I don't think I will, unless somebody tells me it's amazing. But I mean, overall, I'd say 8 out of 10 for me. For what it is. It was predictable, but it was entertaining as shit. I'm glad I watched it, and just for the action scenes, I'd probably watch it again.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I enjoyed it. And, big thing for me when I'm looking at movies, a movie, I get, there's people are looking for, nowadays, in my opinion, are looking for too much in movies. To me, a movie was created for entertainment value. It was just there to be put on for 2 hours, and did you enjoy yourself for those 2 hours? I 100% did, so this is easily 8, 9 for me. I really enjoyed it. Glad that I watched it. Yeah. Like you said, I'm sure I'll watch it again at some point. It's not going to have, crazy replay value. It's no Die Hard. It's no classic. It's no classic, so it's not like it's going to have crazy replay value. But absolutely, I mean, if you haven't seen it, you like action movies, give this thing a watch. It's one of the better action movies I've seen in a while. And, again, excluding kind of the ending there with Hemsworth, it very realistic, and I always like that. They didn't really have any super crazy shit where you're like, all right, that was cool, no Fast and the Furious stuff where it's like, yes, that was really cool, I still enjoyed it, but no way is that ever gonna happen. No, this was all very, very realistic. This could happen.
Look, all you need is snow tires, and you can drive on ice against a submarine. All right, I don't want to hear this non-realistic shit.
Yeah, I don't care if all of a sudden you were just thrown out. You're literally 1,000 feet just suspended in the air, flying the opposite direction. All of a sudden, if a car comes flying by on the tail end, somebody reaches out, throws out one arm, and grabs the 250-pound Paul Walker. They got that guy, no problem.
Look,
it's easy.
Man,
That's real life.
You see how big them dudes are? They lift, bro. They can handle
Rock
that
can do
shit.
a lot.
Yeah,
Rock,
he can toss.
Vin Diesel,
he can toss some weight around. All right. Don't you ever disrespect that man in front of me again? I'm just kidding. So I mean, very, very solid. There was something I was gonna say and I totally forgot. I don't remember.
I also forgot. Fast and the Furious, man. That once actually it's on my brain.
So upset that they delayed that movie.
Me too.
I am so pissed. I don't know why they didn't just delay this shit a couple months for July.
I agree. They usually release in July. I always thought too. I always thought that they were usually. I know.
I get May is usually the ramp up.
Yeah,
I think May kind of starts everything off. But God, it sucks, man. I really want Fast and the Furious. I want all these fucking movies. Yeah. So bad.
No, I totally agree. Damn you, Corona. Damn you.
Corona can eat my chode.
Yeah.
Totes.
It just makes me think of, well, I can't think of the guy's name on Wedding Crashers when he's screaming, "Damn you, Jerry," or something like that. Damn you. Yeah. Damn you, Jerry. Damn you.
Damn you, Jerry. Jerry, damn you.
I can't remember his name.
Chaz.
Something like
Chaz.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Chaz.
Not Chaz.
Michael.
That's another great Will Ferrell character. Is figure skating.
Boom.
I mean, so from there we can jump right into Westworld. Season 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now for me, I did not start this is the first season that I actually saw on HBO on a weekly basis. I didn't watch season 1 or 2 of Westworld when it was on. Went back, watched season 1, loved it. Everybody told me season 2 was bad. I say everybody, you didn't. The Maynard brothers did. Yeah. The Maynard brothers also made it about 5 or 6 episodes into season 2 and then judged it for a half season. Season 2 is great.
And in case you guys are wondering, the Maynard brothers are actually a couple of hillbillies that live right down the road. They literally have to move their antenna around to still get their television. They wear overalls. Like, imagine your normal redneck hillbilly. That's what the Maynard brothers is.
Maynard.
Yeah, Maynard.
I have a gripe that I'm glad I remembered right now. So I'm going to do a little cross-promotion. We also feature on a podcast called Drunk Album Reviews. Now, Drunk Album Reviews, we did probably... I would say 3 test shows, make sure that we had everything figured out, nothing that aired. It was just, basically it's a podcast where we get drunk and we talk about new music that comes out, give our reviews while, intoxicated. Very. Yep. First 3 went really well, so we finally get one that we're going to do. And the one that we finally get out there that's actually published is one that Mark's not drinking on.
Yeah. Boo, boo.
We had 3 unreleased episodes, and the one that we finally had that we're going to release, and he says, I'm not drinking anymore.
Don't worry. Those other ones will be released. He will be released on there.
They better.
We need to get his bitch ass.
Yeah.
Because, trust me, he is a bitch ass.
Maynard. So,
damn Maynard.
They told me the season was bad. Well, it's not. I watched through all of season 2. The last 3-4 episodes are amazing. So good. And then launches right into season 3. So me and Zach pretty much watched this every week. Sat down right when it aired. Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy, what a season.
I remember, so I've been watching Westworld from right when it premiered. I remember right when the show came out, I was very, very excited for it. And the first season is incredible. I distinctly remember when the first season finished, I stood up in front of everybody and I declared that Westworld would be a better show than Game of Thrones. Yes, I went out there and I predicted that, and you know what? I don't know if I am correct.
Yet to be seen.
Exactly, yet to be seen. But I felt so confident after that first season. It made you think a lot more than any other shows. Just fantastic. So the first season
ends
incredible.
With a bang.
Yeah. Oh. Does it end with a bang is right. The first season is incredible. Second season also incredible. And, Westworld kind of has this, I've now realized after their third season, they have this formula where the first kind of half of the season is a little bit more of the character development, gives you a little bit more of the backstory for about the first 10 episodes, or the first 5 episodes or so. And then the second half is really when they get into the meat of all right, now we'll push the story forward.
Yeah.
Then again, second season, they kind of did the same. They gave you a little bit more background, kind of wanted to, again, feed you some character stuff. And right when you get to episode 5, episode 6, that shit just flies forward. And it was similar with 3, but I think 3 is now where they're hitting their stride because they don't have to develop the characters as much because you kind of already know them.
Yeah.
So it was maybe the first 3 episodes, maybe 4-ish. But then again, just the last half just killed it. Just absolutely crushed it.
Even the first half of the season, you're kind of going through the thing where they're developing Aaron Paul's character through the whole thing, and you don't know what the fuck is up with him until the last 2 episodes at all. But they still keep it pretty fresh because they're always pulling either murder contracts or kidnap contracts. Dolores is fucking people up every chance she gets. What's Hale? Her line's kind of boring.
Yeah,
it's kind of boring.
Till the end.
Till the very end. She turns into a badass.
Strong.
Yeah, but her thing was kind of teetering a little bit. Bernard always teeters.
He's Bernard.
Fucking Bernard. I can honestly say I think after 3 seasons, I dislike Bernard the most.
Trying to. I definitely understand where you're coming from there.
Every single time, and this happened in season 2. Season 1 is an exception because season 1's great all the way through. Yeah. But season 2 and season 3, he sucks.
Yeah, I mean, season 2, he is not a good character.
He sucks. Yeah. This one, I didn't like him. I like that he can now turn into a badass on fucking command. He can just be like, all right, well, I'm clearly about to get fucked up, so let me just power down my brain and let this fucking stacked body do all the work and just beat the shit out of everyone. That was great. It happened twice in the whole season.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, he's just farting around with Hemsworth.
Yeah, like, and they're fucking around with other people too. It's like, oh wait, I know you. And then they go kind of grab them. It's like Bernard's literally, he's almost like what is it, like Mother Goose? He's just walking around. He's like, oh, you're an orphan from back in the day. Boom, you can join our squad. Oh, but you're obviously gonna stab me in the back, and you're a piece of shit. So why did I just add you?
So
but I recognize you. Hey, you've tried to kill me many times, but do you know what? I do know who you are. Hop aboard. I mean, he's just grabbing every little orphan Annie that he possibly can.
It's so frustrating. Bernard is he's just for me he's the worst. But they ended really well with him. I was really hoping, and well, this I should also preface with Ed Harris. Most of the season, I was over it. Mm-hmm. After season 2, and like we mentioned before, spoiler heavy review here.
Yeah. Again, come on, guys. Like it's your own fault. This is your own fault.
Like, so end of season 2, Cap's daughter kills her. At that point, I was done with him. I was like, okay, that was just for like character sake. That was crazy, and totally unexpected. I was fine with it actually happening, but in my mind, I'm like, all right, he is now ultimately irredeemable.
Yes.
And he should die.
Yes.
He doesn't serve a purpose anymore in the show. And most of season 3, he did not serve a purpose.
No, it's kind of like in like seasons 1 and 2. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a piece of shit the whole time. He's a horrible person. But they would
start
say
him out in the show with an insinuated rape.
Yes,
it's never
exactly.
a good thing.
That's not ideal. That's not never. You never really look good. It's hard to come back from that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's near impossible.
But I want to say, I kind of feel like he teeters the line the whole time for like the first 2 seasons of kind of like light and dark. Like he's dark, but it's like they're trying to pull him. He kind of almost wants to be a good guy. And then after he kills his own daughter, I mean, it's just like, no, you don't come back from that. Sorry. Yeah, you're not giving us a good excuse. So I agree. And yeah, he pissed me off. I was kind of mad about his character for a lot of season 3, but at the end, loved it. I'm really happy with where they went. They did a great job. And I think that's one thing Westworld does a great job with, and that's why, in my opinion, you have to see every season through, is because they are always looking at the end goal. So on episode 4, you might be like, what the hell's going on? This is stupid as shit. But that's because everything in episodes 1, 2, and 3 were set up to get you to episode 10. Yeah. Like, there's other standalone, like, even Game of Thrones has a lot of decent, like, standalone episodes, different things like that. I mean, Westworld kind of has that, but truthfully, you just need to watch everything together because there's always an end goal.
I would say they have, I can't even say they have good standalone episodes. They have episodes that are amazing because you have gone through, like, this season. If you stop at any point in this season, you have no fucking idea why Aaron Paul is here.
No.
Any reason for him to like you have nothing other than, I mean, it kind of starts out that he's like, oh, this hot woman needs my help, I should probably help her out.
Understandably so. That's basically that's every Friday and Saturday for me. And you know what? Really, he's doing much better off than I am. My results don't ever really come to that. I haven't met any hot women that are trying to save the world and or end it. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm still not really sure.
Maybe trying to end my world. Thanks a lot, ladies. But you know what? You're not trying to save the rest of the world.
Yeah. So it's I mean, you have to watch the whole thing. And I mean, I think this season, I can't compare it to season 1 because season 1 standalone is just amazing. It'll never be touched.
Yeah, it's so good.
I definitely think season 3 is pretty high up there because, granted, the whole what's that movie called? The Arrival squid fucking circle that you see before every episode in the first half that makes no sense until they finally explain it in episode 5. That shit, I think they tied it together really well. And not only that, they left enough in the first like 3 or 4 episodes where it was confusing, but you can kind of follow the confusing stuff. Like you can piece together, okay, so clearly this orb thing has something to do with Dolores fucking things up because it always pops up right before Dolores fucks something up.
Yeah. And
they also keep it fresh with the most valuable actor, Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, yes. How did we not start off with that?
Marshawn Lynch is in this show, and he's not only in this show, he is a repeat character.
Yeah.
And by God, I am here for it.
He's fantastic. He is fantastic. I want to make sure point something out. At one point in time, Marshawn Lynch. So Westworld comes out on Sundays. Marshawn Lynch was on Westworld, which is HBO's premiere show on Sunday night primetime, and then followed up with a bar rescue episode where they rescued his bar. So in one night, Marshawn Lynch was on 2 different primetime Sunday night shows. I mean, to say the man has arrived is an understatement.
He's been here.
Get him his own show.
He's been here.
Great.
And the fact that he went from playing football and owning Sunday to now owning Sunday on broadcast television. Give the man all the awards because he is bad fucking ass in this show.
Yeah, he is. He's great.
I was worried. I'm like, oh God, I hope he can deliver lines. He delivered lines fine. I thought he actually did really well with the 5 to 6 things they gave him to say.
Yeah, exactly. And they were smart. They gave him some more action-related stuff. They were like, let's see you move. We don't really need to hear you talk because we already know you're just going to run through a motherfucker face. That's right. You heard me. Run through a motherfucker face.
It's so good. I love it. And I mean, oh my God, so many great moments when he just catches the fucking gas grenade that just got shot out and just tosses it right back at the cops. The shirt that he wore, I don't know if you noticed it in the first like half of the season, the shirt that he wore, the light up one.
Oh, yes.
It was just different moods.
I did not notice
and the one that was lit up was like his current mood. So he like whenever they were fighting, sometimes you look and it was lit up angry, and then it was just lit up chill. Like it was fucking great. I loved it all the way around. He's a badass. He just helps Aaron Paul fuck people up the whole time.
Fantastic. Incredible.
So good. I'm so glad they kept him, and he survived. I was so scared in that last episode when he got shot, but he survived. I need him in season 4. More prominent role. I want him right alongside Aaron Paul.
I agree. And so getting into that, one thing that I do have a question about is where is Aaron Paul's character going from here? Like, is he still the same? Like, you know, the last episode, they spend a lot of time kind of giving you the gist of the end where it's like Aaron Paul is the one person that could maybe be like the savior of the human race. Yeah. But I'll be honest, they don't like they give like 1 or 2 scenes where it kind of proves maybe why he was chosen, but it really doesn't give you that much as to why it's him. And also to me, it kind of ended with like, I don't really know, like, what is he supposed to do? Like, I get, you know, is he really going to take over Dolores's, like, which is great because now we have all this stuff to talk about, but like, I really don't know where he is going from here.
I also don't really know.
No clue.
And I think it's interesting that they did the after credit scene where it shows like Bernard still just, I guess, waking up from his stupid fucking head down. Once again, fuck you, Bernard, all right? I hate you, the character. God, you piss me off. But it kind of shows that, like, a lot of time has passed. Maybe some warfare has gone on because he's just fucking covered in dust. So I'm wondering how much time they're going to jump between seasons. That's always one that interests me is, like, season 2 to season 3, they jump time. Just how much they're going to do because, she alludes to the fact that, because I think he kind of asked her once everything starts to fall apart, he's like, you know, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, oh, well, the people will need a leader after all this. It's like, I don't know that he's going to lead the human race.
Exactly. And I'm like, and why
is he going to be king?
Yeah. And it's kind of like, how is everybody else in the world also on board with this? I was like, Dolores, to me, this seems like you made this decision.
Yeah.
How did you get the entire human race to be like, yeah, we'll listen to this non-human who's trying to kind of ruin our world? Like, I don't know. I'm very interested because I was kind of confused on where he's going to now kind of fit in. Because, again, with Dolores, it made sense. It's like, all right, Dolores is going to make him this figurehead, but Dolores is going to, whoop ass.
Yeah.
But, technically now with her gone, which I'd like to dive into as well, because now getting into that, is she actually gone? Because how many copies are out there of her? So many. We have no idea how many she made. I don't even think that all the ones that we knew that she made are gone. And technically, which I love just thinking about it, but like Charlotte, kind of seems to have broken away in a sort. But you know what? She's still a copy of Dolores. I feel like she's gonna reel right back in at some point. It's Dolores style.
What's his fucking name? There's the other guy that popped up. Lawrence?
Yes,
Lawrence. Holy shit, I pulled that out of my ass.
That was really good.
I did. Lawrence pops up. He's a clone of Dolores.
Yeah, also a clone.
So I feel like it would just be something where that one, I guess you transfer over into Evan Rachel Wood's body, and then just kind of catch that one up on what's happened.
I
think it's like a checkpoint thing. It's like, yeah, you lose a little bit of memory here, but you can start over like 30 minutes back.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like it was great. Again, I'm glad that they ended the season like that to give us, some suspense now for the next year or so, maybe year and a half, based on their timeline. But like, episode 1, just bring her right back, and I'm cool with it. I got no qualms. I love Dolores. She's such a great character.
Again, I can see a way that
show.
you can definitely bring it back. I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking when they were going through the whole climax where he's like deleting the memories. I'm like, you're just deleting the memories of that one bot. Like all the other ones know what the fuck is up, you idiot.
There's more.
And the fact that the reveal that what's his fucking the Night Fox? That's what I always call him. I don't know his fucking name. The French guy, Sirach. That he was just like. Just getting talked to by some kind of gray piece of gum on the back of his ear
something like
that linked him to
seemed
the
like it was like
giant
Simon
brain
or whatever his hell. Solomon.
Solomon. The giant computer brain was just like influencing everything, which was, it makes sense.
Made sense. Yeah, I was in on that too. Of
that
course, the
was
computer
cool.
had already taken over basically the
I don't know
human
why
race.
they went with the gray lump. That was weird.
Yeah, that was
a gray lump that lit. I feel like because it lights up every time the computer talks, it like glows a little bit. I'm like, nobody fucking saw that on your ears. Like,
whole time,
hey man, how come every time before you talk, this little
there's a thing back here,
apparently non-cancerous tumor on the back of your ears just bleeping?
I didn't realize you had that sick cartilage piercing.
Yeah, really. But yeah, so I'm glad that guy's dead. He's a fucking annoying piece of shit French guy.
He was a good villain though.
He was a good villain.
Because I did hate him.
And I like that they. It was so fucking obvious when they first introduced him. They pin him up as like, oh, he's the quote unquote good guy, and it's like this motherfucker's not good. He's got plans. We know he's got plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but badass fight scenes. Maeve killing it.
Yeah, Maeve's
usual.
my favorite character.
Maeve's
Give her a katana at all times.
Oh my god! And I love that finally. Like a lot of the times I didn't understand going through this season why she was helping that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I get that he told you that I'll reunite you with your daughter. Bitch, how many human beings have you had to deal with that have lied to your face before you get that? He ain't telling the truth. He ain't helping you. He doesn't give a fuck about you.
I'm gonna how many times were you in Westworld and these people were like, hey, I would like a drink, and no, I'm not gonna shoot everybody in here, and then they go ahead and kill everybody in your place, or hey, I'm not gonna rape you. Boop, whoops, guess I lied.
Bippity boppity.
Here comes the rapity.
Didn't think you were gonna go there with that, Ron, but yeah, So I'm glad that she's kind of snapped out of that. Hopefully, she's working with Aaron Paul, so
yeah, that is
not
true.
really.
Yeah.
Aaron Paul is such an interesting character because he's human, who has been adjusted.
Yeah, Adjustment Bureau. Hashtag awful movie. Don't watch that, please.
I've not seen it. I avoid it like the plague. Yeah, I've heard it's not very good. So it'll be interesting to see what he does from here. But I am excited about Ed Harris's future because
he's gonna save the world.
He's gonna save the fucking world in his own words. But yeah, just the whole season, whole time I even told you, I'm like, I'm fucking done with him. All this shit where it's like he's going through therapy with 6 versions. I'm like, I don't care. Fuck off. But
didn't Ed Harris die at the end? Remember? I kind of totally blanked on that. He got killed by Ed Harris.
Oh my god, he did get his fucking throat slit. God damn it! I totally forgot about that until you said it.
Harris at the very end.
I guess he doesn't. Well, I guess his future is that he's going to be a robot.
Yeah. Or maybe he was a robot the whole time and he didn't realize it.
Who fucking knows?
I don't know. His person went all over the place. He really went from like episode to episode of being like, Man in Black. All right, he is a host. Nope, he's not a host. Yes, he is. No,
but he's not. He's just And then this group therapy. Yeah. I hated that. I was like, skip. Just go back to Aaron Paul. They're shooting people.
Cuckoo, get out this mofo room.
What do you that leads me to a better thing is what do you think they're going to do with Ed Harris now?
That's a very good question.
Because they saved like some crazy shit for after the credits.
Oh yeah, they definitely they really did. That is a very good question though. I truthfully I don't know where they're gonna go with that. I don't know what the plan. Like I don't know if they're gonna try and make his like copy or whatever be like a face of Delos or try to have something like that where he kind of integrates himself, or if they're just like, hey, do you know what? no, we like this version of you more, because I did like how they were like, hey, you know, you came into Westworld and you thought while you were in Westworld you were kind of being your bad self. No, that was you the whole time. You a bad person, no matter where you are. I did like that. I like when he got shit talked by himself.
Yeah, that was absolutely. But goddamn, I don't know what they're gonna. I was excited about him being like, well, I only have one mission now, and they're like, what's that? And he's like, to kill all you fucking people, and then shoots Hemsworth right in the chest.
Yeah, that was great.
God, I was hoping he killed Bernard.
Yeah, I don't.
God, I was
he's got
hoping.
a softie. He's got a soft spot for him.
No, he doesn't. He tried to shoot him.
Oh, he tried to shoot him, but he missed on purpose. He's the man in black. He would have, if he wanted to hit, he would have hit, baby.
And by the way, Hemsworth caught a fucking buckshot almost directly to the heart. Fuck up out here, all right?
He's just chilling in the hot. He's just chilling in the cold tub.
It hurts.
Give
Bernard,
me some booze.
what are you doing? Well, I'm gonna take a nap real quick for 30 years.
Cool. Give me another bottle of booze while you're at it.
Yeah, can you please? I'm pretty sure at one point he's just like, can you just please shoot me? I'm pretty fucking over being in this tub.
I'm done. I'm tired.
So that'll be interesting with Ed Harris. I was hoping he was gonna just wreak havoc, but
yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
who knows, man?
I don't know either. But overall, the season was fantastic. Loved it. Very excited for the next go around here. I think that they confirmed 6 seasons, so I'm glad that we got at least some more coming. But yeah, there's a long way to go. But if you guys haven't started watching, again, whatever we were just talking about, none of it's going to make sense to you. So we didn't spoil anything for you. Really, we only spoiled if you're like 2 episodes behind in season 3.
Let me be very clear here. If you are still listening to this show and anticipate watching it, you deserve what you get.
Yeah.
We said there were going to be spoilers. Fuck off. All right. Fuck right on off. And if you are still listening and you're in season 3, also fuck off.
Yeah.
All right.
Speed up. Hurry up. Yeah. You're in quarantine. What the hell are you doing?
What are you? I have watched 6 fucking full shows during this shit.
I have no sympathy for you because you've had plenty of time.
It's crazy. I mean, I've watched so much shit.
And it's not stopping anytime soon.
No, it is not. God.
Hashtag bad daddies one more time. Thank you for opening.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much now. You want to wrap it here. So next week, I believe we're going to do a joint review, another little movie discussion, actually 2 movies, of the new and improved Vince Vaughn, who is looking to just make fucking badass movies now.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Brawl and Cell Block 99, which I believe is on Amazon Prime right now. So if you want to watch it there. And then Dragged Across Concrete, movie with Mel Gibson. As of right now, we have not watched it. I'm looking very much forward to seeing that.
Yes. I'm looking forward to the heavy Vince Vaughn episode, episode next week. We love Vince Vaughn here. Vince Vaughn, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show. We'll get you on here in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. Look, they do Zoom now. As much time as you have, we will work with it.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
And if someone with Vince Vaughn's production company is listening, even if you're like a receptionist for the crap services, if that's a job, give him a ring and let him know that we want him on.
Yeah, send it his way. We don't have funds, but we'll figure it out.
We don't have merch, but we'll send merch.
Yeah,
we'll make something up.
We'll get him dripped in swag,
dripping. So. Tune in next time for those movies, much more. This has been the Yeah, No Thanks podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, no thanks.
Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yeah.